Hello boys, my name is Kuliyoshi. I figured instead of doing video setups, I figure I might do something different. So my name is Kuliyoshi, and this is basically going to be the ultimate fastest way I found, at least right now as of, well, this recent patch, to farm CP, also known as class points, as fast as possible in Xenoblade Chronicles free. This is incredibly fast and will work really well. First things first though, before you do stuff, head to the Agnian Castle region if you don't have the food buff yet. Go to the station break room, and inside that there will be a food buff you can get. I've already gotten it, but I'm gonna show you just for preference. You want to order this item, the Urafia Sashimi Plate. This is the highest CP boosting item in the game. I'll be the way we farm a lot of CP very fast. And yes, I am playing with Japanese voices if you're wondering. And then, you want to have the following setup. I have Monica as my hero and Noah. They are both at 99, but for other characters, you want to down level them to level 99. Also, I forgot to warn you guys, there might be some spoilers of some endgame areas, so watch at your own discretion, please. I guess you might have might be a little late for that. But basically, you want to have already beaten the game, because when you do, you can actually down level characters back. I'll actually show you that now. So you can actually down level characters back. So what you want to do is basically what I've done is down everyone but Noah and Monica. You basically want to down level all the way to level 1. This will heavily increase our CP grinding later, which is just going to save a lot of time. So you're going to want to have that. Alright, now the setup. The setup doesn't really matter too much. However, and you don't even have to have Noah on attacker class. But to make this go faster, you want Noah to be on any attacking class. So basically a red class. That's what you want him to be on. Everybody else, you can basically be on whoever you want, and it honestly doesn't matter your setup. One important thing you want to have, though, is that you replace whatever basic art you have with what talent art you have with Unlimited Sword, which you see at the bottom now. That is Noah's Lucky 7 art, which is what we need. Additionally, you're going to want to have on accessories either attack-based items, things that keep your recharge, and ideally at least one healing item. In this case, I have Titanium Temple Guard. This will boost your maximum HP so you don't die. If you're extra worried, you can also put on a couple of other things, like I'm actually going to do this now since I haven't done it yet. Disperse Bloodlust just makes it so you don't get as much aggro. Then you want to just have Ironclad on him as well. This will improve his max HP so he won't die as easily. Otherwise, the most important thing you need is capable hands. I'm going to show you where that is right now. To get this up, you must get the Flash Fencer up to rank 15, and ideally you want to get it up to rank 20 as well, because this causes the talent art gauge to basically start at 100% at the start of the battle. That is very important. Otherwise, this strat will just not work. If you're wondering, the best way to get that up is you gotta get Flash Fencer up to rank 20 first. I actually did that in a separate video, which is part of my walkthrough, so you can watch that if you want. But make sure you have that class up to rank 20, otherwise the strat won't work, and it must be on Noah. Nobody else can use that. Alternatively, you can just use Flash Fencer and still have it work. It's just not really as good, so anyway, where you want to go is to the Cadentia Legion and to the landmark Emerald Font. This is going to take you to a basically endgame area where there are level 99, well, 98, 97-ish enemies everywhere. These are very dangerous enemies, by the way, and they will probably kill you a few times, but honestly, it doesn't matter. As long as you have Noah on attacking clash, you should be fine. Anyways, you're going to want to walk up to one. And then you're gonna want to pull Lucky 7 at the start of the battle, which since we have 100% Shadow Art recharge, we can do that right off the bat. Then you're just gonna want to spam your arts repeatedly. And if you do this for a lot enough, you're eventually gonna get an effect that will randomly appear called Doom, which is basically works just like Doom does in Final Fantasy games, in that it basically instantly kills an enemy. And that is how we're going to be grinding. Ideally, though, you want to use Tachyon Slash until you get so much charge that you get this other art called Final Lucky 7. When you get that, you're going to want to pull these enemies nearby here, then wait for them to come in an area. You might want to change art, by the way, to make sure that you're not messing up. Then, you're going to want to use this combo art, Final Lucky 7. This AoEs the entire map, and has a high chance of killing the enemies. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work. If you're worried, though, there are a couple of ways you can do this. And this is the first strategy I'm going to show. I like to call this Chain Freeze. This isn't really required, but can be done if you are worried about this doing damage. I'm specifically using this, though, just to kill this one enemy, and also to survive as well. But it's really alternative. You don't actually have to do this at all, but it's really important. I am going to heal up a bit, though, so we don't instantly die. And so, yeah, even though these characters were level 1 before, they very quickly got higher level now, which is nice. And another reason why we have Monica up is she can automatically bring Noah back, which is nice for healing purposes. You don't actually want to use this for very long. I'm mostly actually just doing this chain just as a safety net, just so I can survive longer. Yeah. There was actually a regenerate that happens. There is different versions of healing that you can get depending on which art you have. So honestly, oh, okay, there we go. We got the kill. If you're wondering why we just fully healed, that's because whenever you finish off someone and it causes a rank up, it instantly heals that character and their associates that got a rank up to full health. That's basically what we were going for with that. Now we're gonna end the chain. This is really just an alternative, and it's probably actually slower to do, but I did it anyways just because I wanted to heal up. But otherwise, you basically just spam your arts until doom happens on everyone, and if you get unlucky, you might just die. In this case, I was able to make it work. And just to show, I think I had like no rank before this, and I think some characters gained quite a few stats. Now, just to prove my point, I did do this loop for about 40 minutes or so, and a character went from rank 1 of their class, meaning they only had rank 1 on the class they were using, to rank 20 immediately. And yes, once you finish all the enemies off, you're going to want to target an enemy, different enemy, and then just purposely give up on the battle, and that'll immediately respawn them all again, so you can just do the same thing again. Now, obviously, this won't always work. As you know, Doom is all random, so sometimes it will not work for like 2 or 3 minutes, even with a DPS. On top of that, if you use it on anybody other than a DPS class, so like if Noah's on any class that is not a DPS class, then for some reason that lowers the Doom chance by like 20 or 30%. Like whenever I did it like with a healing class, I was regularly missing it to a point where it was not only not doing a lot of damage, but it was straight up missing by like 3%. It was really awkward. And then the moment I moved back to a DPS class, it suddenly worked every single time. I think this just either has something to the way the stats are set up, or straight up is just based off of the art cooldowns. I think that's probably like the big problem. I think just maybe having it as a specific setup is what makes it take longer. There we go. I think I caught the other side, although I can't tell if I did or not. Again, when you're done with the setup, just target any enemy you don't want to kill and do other stuff. There is some random stuff that can happen though. Oh, I didn't know that there's an auto battle feature. Oof. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, basically you just spam these abilities over and over again. Ideally, for the most efficient setup, you just want to use Tachyon Slash repeatedly the first couple of times until you get the lucky 7 or its final lucky 7 to appear. Unfortunately, this is kind of random. It can sometimes take a really long time to do. If you're worried, you can use it on second enemies afterwards. Otherwise, if you can get final lucky 7 to appear early, then you can actually just go around and pull all the enemies in the area, which is these 3 set of enemies. This one right here and that right there, which they are all wings, they'll all pull eventually. And then, when they come in, you basically just do this to them. This is an AoE smash bat. I think I mentioned this before. Just AoEs all the enemies down. It gives quite a few chances to apply Doom, so most of the time, a lot of enemies will be killed by this. And yeah, you just basically AoE the whole group down. If for some reason one person survives, you can either die to them, or you can keep going. The other. One important thing you want to do, though, is check your class ranks after a certain little bit. I'm not going to do that because, oh, actually, I'm going to change Noah's class up real quick, but other than, just so I can show you what I actually do to do the setup properly. Again, you can use any DPS class for this, it doesn't matter. You can even use healer classes, but it takes much longer. I recommend using your coins on those in particular. Wise. Again, do what I mentioned before, get your accessories up. Alternatively, you can have a bunch nice dexterity class if you want. Otherwise, the only important thing you really need is a titanium temple guard on your character, and ideally something that recharges your arts. Which I have, and I am, I think, here we go. That's the main thing you want. Otherwise, it really is up to you what to do. So I'll just tap this. The main thing you want, though, is the skill for The main thing you want, though, is the skill for the Flash Fencer, or you won't need it if you have the Flash Fencer class. You can just use that as well as an alternative. The skill for capable hands, and also change your art skill from whatever it was to unlimited sword. And then just make sure you have gems that help out with your defense. Yeah, probably surprising for you, but yeah, it's probably better. And then the other one, you can kind of just have whatever you want. Personally, you can actually go with either Steady Striker, depending on how fast your class is with speed. Or you can do this, which will actually just do damage back to you. But I think for now, just having this will work. Also, I guess you could use this too. So, you know what? I am actually going to put on Counter Combo since we are canceling quite a bit. Otherwise, I noticed there's one other character that needs a pet, so we're gonna quickly kill this enemy over here. We normally avoid this blend for multiple reasons. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's still a little bit more to do. Alright. Otherwise, just give up on battles as you go through. And then you'll spawn back in the same area where you can do this all over again. You couldn't technically do this on other zones, parts of the zone if you want, but this area is just the best for doing stuff. And also, you'll sometimes get stuff like that where your very first attack will instantly kill an enemy. That's really funny when it happens. It doesn't always happen though. Sometimes it'll take a really long time to happen. Sometimes it'll happen immediately. Oh, that's really annoying. They do have a topple that can sometimes interfere with your plan. As long as you can get the combo off, it'll still work really well. Oh, that was a big problem. Sometimes, very rarely, one of them will survive. In other words, you'll do the full combo on it, and it'll initially appear to do something, but then it'll survive. Also, if Noah dies during this, there's pretty much not a lot you can do, because, like, Noah is, like, the big key to this. So, basically, you do this loop until you kill all the enemies, or Noah dies, which is what happened there. So that just proved, so that was there basically just to prove a point that yes, this is completely random game. It will not always give you Doom right away. Sometimes it'll do it right away, other times it'll take forever. And if it does not work, be good. Also, as you saw, the smash combo can also miss too. In fact, if a great part of the smash combo misses, which you saw just happen on a couple of other characters, which is why this failed the first time, then it will not work at all, and you'll basically die at that point if it failed on multiple of them. Unfortunately, it's random whether the smash combo will miss. Usually it does not miss, but it can happen sometimes. Kind of unlucky when it does happen. Again, though, pull as many enemies as you can when you get your final Lucky 7 art. So that way you can AoE them all at once. Okay, that works this time. That's more what it should have looked like the first time. Now, obviously, it won't always kill all the enemies. Sometimes one of them will survive. It's not a big deal. You also chain if you want. I already showed that off. That's mostly a safety thing you want to do. But yeah, you basically do this for, like, who knows how long you want to do that. Just basically do this for who knows how long, and whenever your class rank hits rank 20, just change to a different class, and then do it all over again. By the way, you don't want to save having to change classes each time. I recommend putting them on classes that are not been used yet, like Royal Summoner, Life Stage. Yeah, these are in-game classes, by the way. You don't get those until the end of the game. But anyway, again, setup doesn't really matter, so as long as they'll be fine. And then you just do this retry strat and do it again. So, just to clarify, yes, this setup basically kills about 5 or 6 elites and a total of 10 enemies in roughly 2 minutes. Normally, in a regular playthrough, it would take significantly longer for these enemies to die at all. And it's because of this Doom effect that we're even able to kill them fast. And obviously, it would take even longer with one character. In fact, most of the time, so it wouldn't even be possible at all. Now, if you are worried about dying, I am on normal mode, but that's just personal preference. You can just change the difficulty to easy, and they'll do even less damage to you. That's probably actually what you should do. Yeah, that probably would work the best. I'm just gonna pull these 6 enemies, because that's all we really need, right? Alright, here we go. I'm gonna kill an extra one. Using a chain again. It's probably gonna be really fast, but so yeah, that's fine. That was a really light Doom there. That's fine though, as long as we kill it, it should be. By the way, don't worry about that noise. That was just my dad talking. Everything's fine. We're okay, right? If you are going to be doing the grind setup, do this art loop only a couple of times, because like I said, things kind of waste the time, and the only reason I'm even doing it is to try to hope for a rank up on the class art. That should help heal Noah. Okay, good. It worked. Alright, so now Noah's fully healed. So now we'll finish off the... Oh my gosh, that was... What the frick? You saw that. He literally sniped me out of the air and interrupted my attack. If that stupid idiot didn't do that, I would have survived. But that just shows you how risky this strat is. The moment anything goes wrong, you basically die. And unfortunately, there's very little you can do about it. We even did the setup and everything, and they still did that. If you are worried about doing the loop, you can just use an art on the enemies to attempt to kill them right away. That can help out a lot with the combo setup. Oh, I didn't even kill any that time. That's an instant chain, unfortunately. Not much you can do there. Like, nobody dies. No elite dies from a chain right there. Oh, there we go. Somebody else there. Alright. That was much better that time. Alright, there we go. And you're probably gonna have to use an art right away because they're all looking at me. So I'm gonna mash this art and see what happens. Oh, okay, alright, we brought it back. There's a Doom. Again, it's kind of random when it happens, but when it works, it looks really cool. Yeah, that was a sick backup shot there. It just killed all our pain. Alright, so I am going to end the episode here now. I don't want this to take too long, but as you can see, really fast CP with not much effort put into it, and you can even throw in a chain here and there, and there, though, it's mostly just for safety. It's like, if you don't want to die, you can do that, and, like, just make sure you overkill the enemy you're targeting. That's basically all you do, and then, yeah. Otherwise, when your food buff runs out, just go back to the Ascension Grounds and order it again. I'm gonna go ahead and do this just to save time. And then, whenever your characters reach up, what I mean by characters, I mean the other characters, of course. Your other party members, not Noah, but the other characters. Get close to 50 or 60. The amount of CP they gain will severely be hindered. And when that happens, you're going to want to go back and do basically the same setup you did before. Down level everyone to level 10, level 1 or whatever, etc. And keep Noah and Monica at 99. And there, and you basically do the same loop again. And you do this until you do that stuff done. Now, obviously, it takes quite a while to set it up all the way, so, like, straight up, this takes almost quite a bit longer than normal to set them all the way to level 1. Now, obviously, we are going to be using this more in the actual walkthrough later, but, like, seriously, this is the most overpowered iron set in the game, and I feel like many people need to know about this. So just to clarify, like I mentioned, I think I got class leveled from rank 1 to rank 20. Well, this will be dependent on gear thing, but I got a class, CP rank and everything, from rank 1 to 20 on the 5 characters that I set to level 1 in basically less than 20 minutes. And so that means you can get basically 3 classes maxed out in an hour on everyone. And I think 2 or 3 on Noah every hour. That's how fast this strat actually is, and why it's consistently better than the chain strat, because the chain strat is actually kind of slower in comparison, but it is safer. That is one good thing about it. You can actually get quite a bit of CP from the enemies if you do it right, but yeah. There is a different video that also shows the instant kill effect, but that actually goes to Origin, which straight up is the end game area, which is right here. But I go there simply because, well, there are more enemies to kill, and it's very, very, very fast to farm. But, of course, I have other things to be doing than just showing off all this. So, I'm going to end this episode right here, guys. I hope this helped you out with grinding, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!